All right, so I want to start today with an exercise. You don't have to participate if you don't want to, but if you would like to join, try holding your hand up like this. I'm going to make a series of statements. If the statement is true for you, I want you to add a finger. And if the statement is not true for you, I want you to put a finger down. So the first one, I am a man. I am white or white passing. I am well educated. I am cisgender. I have a good relationship with my family, meaning I can be authentic with them, and I know they will help me out if something goes wrong. I have job security. I don't have any mental health issues. I don't have any medical issues. I like all the people wondering. I have never had a doctor deny me care based off of what they believed about me or subjected me to care I did not want. And it was easy for me to afford this event. All right, so look at how many fingers you have up, and if you're comfortable, try comparing with the people around you. This isn't a trick, I promise. All right, so this is a big oversimplification, I know, but let's imagine for a moment the number of fingers you have represents your ability to say no in this space and have that no respected. Saying more no's than the number of no's you have will result in people thinking you are rude, difficult, angry, or just violating your consent. So think about it. What might you say yes to? What might you say yes to that you want to say no to in order to hold on to the no's that you have for something really important? Ask yourself, how does the number of no's I have impact the way I show up in the world, the way I interact in my communities and in public? If I have a lot of no's, I can feel really safe to go into new places, to explore, to be myself with other people. I can feel really safe to try new things, to come to Pride and be really authentic. If I don't have a lot of no's, it's a lot more risky. So, this might sound really depressing, but it doesn't have to be, I promise. Some of this is just part of what it means to be in community. There will be differences between us. But even if we are all part of the same LGBTQIA+ community, we don't all experience all the same marginalizations all the time, and they don't impact us all in the same way. So, what do we do about unequal power and its impact on consent? Well, if we want to create a more equal world where people feel safer to come to Pride, to be themselves, to give actual authentic no's right along those enthusiastic yeses, we have to start by acknowledging that these power differences exist, recognizing it, accepting that it is real, even if we don't like it, and then talk about it. The next thing that we can do is when we recognize that there's a power difference, we slow down. We give each other more information. We make it safer for the other person to say no. And we get more information. We communicate. The universal answer to uncertainty, especially with consent, is communication. So, by now, most of us are used to the idea of authentic or enthusiastic consent. But what about the other side, the receiving side? One way we can deal with power differentials in consent is when we receive a no, especially when we receive that first no, try thanking the person. Receive it enthusiastically. A more equal world, a more inclusive and authentic world is one where we're just as excited for an authentic no as we are for an enthusiastic yes. And in a world with renewed attacks on LGBTQIA+ people, Pride is a really important refuge and a powerful symbol. But the inequalities of the world follow us here, and we can't pretend otherwise. So if we want to create this change, if we want to create a more inclusive, welcoming, authentic world, our own communities are a really great place to start. When somebody gives you a no, a boundary, or even just a disagreement. Even if they don't say it nicely, try thanking them. The more we do this, the more safety and trust we can build, the more consent culture we can share. Thank you.